Welcome back to the deep dive. We're here to cut through the noise, turn all that info out there into some real insight for you.
That's the plan.
And today, we're taking a close look at the Pi Network. We've got this source, Pi Network, warnings and opportunities guiding us.
A very interesting source, yeah.
It really kicks off highlighting Pi today, frames it as this big moment, golden opportunities versus potential disasters.
Definitely grabs your attention. High stakes right from the start.
So our mission here really is to unpack what the source sees as these crucial insights and, frankly, some urgent warnings.
Exactly. The source is pretty clear. If you're involved in Pi, your decisions now could really shape what happens to your investment later.
It says your decisions today will determine your investment's fate tomorrow. Strong words.
Very strong. It's about getting past the surface level, understanding the real risks involved, what's actually at stake here.
Okay, let's dig into that because, warnings and opportunities lists what it calls 5 ticking time bombs. Pretty dramatic.
It is.
The first one, exchange wars. A fierce battle where you could be the victim. What's the core danger here beyond that headline?
Well, what's interesting is how the source looks at the sort of hidden market stuff. Like, it asks, why is Binance hiding its real stance on Pi?
Right. What did that actually mean?
It hints at the messiness of trading a token that isn't, fully listed yet before the mainnet. So the risk isn't just general crypto ups and downs. It's more about gray markets, maybe derivative platforms popping up.
Which can lead to weird pricing.
Exactly. Artificial prices, maybe savvy traders getting ahead of you. Basically no real way to know the true value. Binance being quiet could be caution about rules, or maybe they're worried about manipulation before Pi is properly launched. Makes sense.
Okay, that paints a clearer picture than just wars.
Yeah.
So moving on, the source talks about price manipulation, who's pulling the strings.
Mm-hmm.
It mentions a shocking market analysis value going from $3 to the abyss.
Mm-hmm.
Is this like a Pi-specific problem or just crypto being crypto?
It's definitely a heightened risk for assets that aren't traded much yet, like Pi before a full public listing. Less liquidity, easier to push around. The source warns, beware, invisible hands are moving prices. Are you their next victim? It strongly suggests, whale manipulation.
Big players.
Big players, maybe even coordinated pump and dumps. It's not just about the price dropping, it's about whether the market itself is fair. Is your money safe if a few actors can just wreck the price?
Right. And speaking of threats, the next one sounds, pretty scary. The hack is coming. Are you the next target?
Yeah, that one's direct.
It even mentions shocking testimonies from users who lost everything overnight. How do you even prepare for something like that?
This really just hammers home how vital security is, always is, but especially here. The source apparently offers an emergency plan, basically how to make your wallet super secure. For Pi users, that means being really proactive. Strong passwords, unique ones, two-factor authentication if it's available, and being super suspicious of phishing scams, dodgy links trying to get your keys, building layers,
Makes sense. Defense in depth. Okay, then there's the KYC conspiracy. Why are some accounts being reset?
Yes, KYC. Know your customer.
Standard stuff, usually. But the source calls Pi's KYC situation, especially these resets, a ticking time bomb. Why? Isn't it just a tech glitch?
Well, connecting the dots, it points to the huge challenge of verifying potentially millions of identities in this kind of network. The source mentions leaked documents suggesting these resets might not be random glitches, maybe systemic problems, or even a way to control who gets their Pi onto the mainnet.
So for a user, a reset means what? Delay.
Potentially an indefinite delay in accessing your actual coins. Your mined Pi is stuck even though you did the work, and that quick fix they don't want you to know part suggests there might be specific non-public ways to sort these issues out. More uncertainty.
Right. Okay, number 5, the Great Migration. Your money's journey into the unknown. What are these secret revelations about? Why is moving your Pi so risky?
This is about the actual move, right? From the testnet where you mine it now to the live mainnet blockchain where it could theoretically be used or traded.
A moment of truth? Kind of.
Pretty much. The source warns about what really happens during transfers, offers a clever trick to skip the long queues. It highlights all the potential bumps. Network getting clogged, transaction fees maybe. Is the whole process even reliable?
And the secret revelations.
Could be anything. Insights into the tech behind it, where the bottlenecks are, maybe hidden conditions you need to meet to get your Pi across successfully. Lots of unknowns, like the title says.
So, wrapping this all up,
Yeah.
What's the takeaway for someone in the Pi ecosystem right now? The source says, the countdown has begun. What will you do before it's too late?
Yeah, it gets urgent there.
It mentions 3 golden steps to save your investment from collapse.
Indeed. And the final warning is pretty stark. Ignore this stuff now, regret it later. It really pushes you, the listener, to think hard about these specific risks. It's about being proactive, understanding what you're dealing with, and taking steps now.
Looking back at all this, it really feels like the Pi network is at a critical point, a real crossroads, as the source seems to argue.
Absolutely. And the source puts the responsibility squarely on you, saying its future is in your hands.
Which leads to that final thought from the source.
Right at the end, it tells you, remember, golden opportunities don't come twice.
Yeah.
It's meant to provoke thought, I think. Urgency, consequence. So based on everything we've unpacked here, all these warnings and potential insights, what path will you choose? Something to really consider.